This is one of my favorite go-to easy meals. A favorite of my family's too. That's about anywhere from a half a stick to a whole stick of butter. I buy in 2-pound rounds. I don't always add onions. A small onion that I had. I like extra onions. And this stove, gas stove, so it gets hot pretty fast. This is two, I guess, country style pork chops. They're not the regular pork chops that you get from the rib area, but I think it's really a Boston butt or shoulder cut that they sliced up. And I like that cut of meat better. I like to buy meat when it's on sale, pork, whatever. And with pork, I would cut it up into these bite-sized strips and freeze into about this much. And freeze it so I can just, pop one out and make this dish, or one similar to it. It's a variation of a traditional Korean dish. The meat is thoroughly cooked at this point, but it doesn't have to be. You can do this sooner. I just like to get it brown, and I want to make sure that the meat is all done before I start adding my not so secret ingredient. This is especially really good to do with kimchi that's gotten a little old, gotten a little too tart, a little too lively, a little too smelly. I'll mix that in. I'm not giving out measurements. A small onion, a big onion, whatever you like to use. However much meat, what kind of meat, no meat. You can do this meatless. You can use homemade kimchi, store-bought kimchi, whatever you like. So because of this, I don't add any salt. I don't, let's see. I think I want some more kimchi in there. I'm going to fill this pan up. Oh, this pan? I like it. It's kind of a cross between a wok and a regular skillet or pan. And I like that it gives me a little bit more room on the sides while giving me more concentrated heat right there at the bottom. So I can move things around. Now, I just want to make sure that the kimchi and the fats from the butter and the pork, the kimchi has been well coated with all that goodness. Now sometimes I can cook it more here and cook down the kimchi, get it softened up more, or as I'm going to do now, let's go on to the next stage, which is I'm going to add, this is beef stock that I had frozen because it's very high in collagen. I wish I had some pork stock. I'd like to keep the meat and the stock matching, but it doesn't matter. You can use chicken broth, you can use water. And I want to get this hot, so I had it on medium on my stove, which is still pretty hot on this burner. But I'm going to get that boiling. And I'm now adding, this is a rice cake. Tteok is what we call it in Korean. I just want to get it mixed. And it was frozen. It comes frozen. You can buy fresh. You can make it. That's something I want to learn to do. So I'll probably make a video about that when I make some. But there are some great Korean cooking channels. Aries and Mancha? I'm probably saying them both wrong, but they're great channels. I love watching them because Mancha in particular cooks very much like my mom. She has a lot of old school type stuff. And this is hard. You know, it's not really pleasant to eat at this point. It's not supposed to be a soup. This is supposed to cook down, and the rice cakes, the duck will absorb most of this liquid. So I'm going to get it to a boil, and that helps to get it boiling faster. Keeps that heat in. I thought I'd explain some about these rice cakes. This is the package that I've got these from, and it's a rice cake for tteokbokki, and that's the variation that I'm playing off of, is a tteokbokki or tteokbokki. And I also like this, and this is for tteok, which is for it's mainly for a soup, but I also like to use it in this recipe. They're smaller, they thaw faster. It helps to soak this. You can put this in water. In fact, it was recommended you put it in water as it thaws, and let it just soak there. And it's not going to puff up like you would think. This is made from sweet rice, not regular rice. And that's also called glutinous rice in some markets. But it's rice, there's no gluten in it. And I just wanted to show you that, you know, this, and we do other things with this besides soup. At least I do. Now if you want this to be soupy, you can add more stock or water to this. You see these are softened up now. Still not quite as soft as I like to get them. Some of them is falling apart. And you can also get this, they now make it with sweet brown rice, so you're getting all the fiber and whatever else nutrients that's in there. This is just made from the processed white sweet rice. Now the kimchi adds a nice flavor that you don't get in tteokbokki or tteokbokki. Anyway, I'm always doubting how I'm saying my Korean stuff. So I want this hotter. So, clean spoon, not using the one I just ate off of. This is not tomato paste, people. This is hot pepper paste. Gochujang in Korean. And I think it's not just hot pepper paste. There's some other things in here, and it's kind of fermented and cooked. I'll stir that up better in just a moment. And this is hot pepper from Korea that my mom brought back from her last trip. And it's not, it's the same pepper that I used to make the kimchi. And it has more of a sweetness to it than cayenne pepper does, but you can use cayenne pepper. See how it's now thickening up, and these are getting a little bit bigger. And it does stick to your pan. There. Oops. I make a mess. Now we'll try that. Nice little burn. Good. I'm glad I added extra pepper. But it's not needed. It depends on how hot you want it. That's all it's doing is adding more heat to it. Maybe a little bit of flavor. It took me right about 30 minutes from chopping the lettuce and the meat to cooking this. And now I'm going to enjoy. If you get a chance, give this a try. Thanks for watching.